slab.
Really?
Get the mics on.
That's what I'm thinking. Things kind of in my face.
All right. Good morning, everyone. We've got 9 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Today is
Good
the
morning.
26th day of January 2026. This is your 9 a.m. regular edition of Lavaca County Commissioners Court. And with that, we will start with the confirmation of roll call. Precinct 1.
Here.
Precinct 2.
Here.
Precinct 3.
Here.
Precinct 4.
Present.
And the judge is here, so let the record reflect that all 5 of us are here, present and accounted for. And with that, we will stand for our invocation. Lord of all creation, we thank you for our lives, for the love you have shown, for the warmth in our homes, and the shelter from all storms. We thank you for your blessing of rain and the rainfall that is yet to come. Watch over each and every one of us and guide us to do your will. For the kingdom, the power, and the glory is yours forever and ever. In Christ Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, pledges. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honoring Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Lavaca County Courtroom. We have a few people in the courtroom, maybe 10, 15 people in the courtroom. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for watching this broadcast at some other time. If you're watching it live or some other time, we appreciate you tuning in. We're going to do some moving around of some agenda items for sure, but we want to get to announcements first. Lorena, you want to come forward? I think she had something to say.
Morning, Judge and Commissioners. Good morning. So, Great State Republicans was going to have their candidate program tonight, and we had to make a decision about weather and travel, especially for our state candidates that planned on coming. And we decided it was not a safe thing to continue just now. You know, we were fortunate, I think. However, the temperatures are still very cold, so we decided not to have it. I don't know whether we will try and reschedule. That will be difficult for state candidates because they're very busy doing these types of forums, but perhaps for the local. But I will get back to y'all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lorena.
Any other announcements? You had one thing on the road agreement, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, we want to ask, on behalf of Nalene and the judge's office, the road use agreement issue did not get put on the agenda, so we cannot discuss that today. The question to the 5 of us and the sheriff is, do we want to call a special call meeting to debate that and discuss it, or do we want to table this to the next court's meeting?
Next court.
Next court?
Yeah. Next court.
Okay, agree? All right. So we will put that on the next agenda. Anything else? Mr. Morelli, you want to talk about anything? Do you have anything to say? Yeah, if you just want to update us on road conditions.
Sir.
We appreciate you staying up all night long, giving us updates. Though I was told someone had to wake you up off the couch.
Good morning. I'm Greg Morelli. Those of you know, I'm the emergency management coordinator of the county. And just a quick recap of the weekend. First of all, I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank Sheriff's Department, first responders, all our police departments. It was a great weekend. We communicated. I was on about 5 different text threads, some with the state, some with the region, and then some with our local people. But we fared well. The most I can see, we had a couple of issues with some trees that got ice on them, knocked down. Crews got out there and knocked those out really quickly. We had a couple of power outages. At one point, I think our high point, we had about 70 customers within the county that were out of power. But all the co-ops, and I'm going to tell you what, if you see your co-op guys and those city workers and those guys, those are that when you hear essential workers, that's what those guys are. So if you see them this week or whatever, make sure you pat them on the back if you get a chance to buy them lunch, because they were out working in this stuff, and that was nonstop. So, but other than that, again, I thought things went well. We had our communications going, and so the county did well. We got one more night to get through. It's going to be colder tomorrow morning than tonight. It's supposed to, I think we're supposed to have a low of about 12 tonight. So we'll see what happens, but really cold. Other than that, thank you very much again to everybody. And most especially, Sheriff, if you will, the people who completely get forgotten in all this are our dispatchers. Those girls do a fantastic job of letting me know, letting everybody know. And so the dispatchers did a fantastic job this weekend. So thank you so much.
You were the third dispatcher this weekend, so we appreciate you as well.
It was fine. It was good.
If I understand right, some of the fallen trees that were happening overnight, we cut them off the roadways before daybreak. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So we, yeah. So we had crews, 871 miles of road. If we know of a tree that's falling across the road, we're going to get out right away and get it off the road. It's just the right thing to do. So appreciate commissioners, you and your road crews for monitoring and having someone on staff as well. I think everything worked well. I will say this on behalf of the county: the roads were good. We were getting good road reports. The roads were open. I think the schools shut down. They started shutting down. It's like dominoes once they start doing that. But the roads were fine this morning, so I think we made the right call by staying open. District Court is in session right now at 9:00. And Judge Old said, thank you for standing up and staying open.
Yeah, he did.
Because it's disruptive to the court systems if we close. Any other announcements? The only thing I want to add is thank you to the IT department and Aileen for working on our sound system. We have the new sound system up and running. You're mic'd up in front of us here. You're mic'd at the podium. It should be better. I got some good thumbs ups while I go from the IT. So we have a better sound system. And thank y'all for expediting that. Okay. We're going to move item number 15. James Reeves is here in the courtroom and he wants to speak on 15. Number 15 is discuss and approve the need for county funded grant writer. I'm going to ask Mr. James Reeves, Lavaca County Attorney, to come forward and say a few words about why this is important to him.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
The judge has established a court advisory committee that meets on a regular basis to consider ideas that may be beneficial to the county. And it consists of a group of elected officials minus the commissioners. We talk about issues that we think could help the county. And one of the issues that came up is we have a lot of departments who have to identify their own grants and write their own grants. The people writing the grants are untrained in the grant writing process. They're uneducated on where to find the grants. And then if they're lucky enough to find the grants and get the grants, then they then have to manage those grants, which involves doing reports and providing reports on either a monthly or quarterly basis on that. And that process becomes time consuming. In the course of looking at it, we identified some other counties who already have grant writers as a full-time position. These people are paid, or these grant writers are paid to, there's training available to them, so we can send them to training. There are listservs available to help share information on state, federal, and private grants. It is a position that we're talking about getting funding from the county court to hire this individual, but this individual becomes self-funded. The reason they'll become self-funded is because many of these grants contain funding provisions for the person managing the grant. And we'll take some of that load off the auditor who's trying to keep all the different grants and all the different timelines straight among the other duties that the auditor has, and put it on a full-time position where this person will be responsible for identifying the different grants. The ones we know about are easy. It's the ones we don't know about. And in the course of doing the investigation or research on it, and talking to one, they were talking about a 7-figure grant for IT. And we keep sitting around talking about how our information technology and how we could use the money to improve it. And it was one example of a grant they brought up that we know nothing about. So I think the position would benefit the county as a whole. It would free up funds. It might allow you to if we get enough money in on the side from these grants, we can fill those gaps that we have, that we're always talking about taxes and arguing among the different departments and trying to get the funding necessary to improve the infrastructure in the different organizations within the county or different areas, departments. So I would ask Commissioners Court to consider that. I don't know if we're quite ready to jump on it right this minute, but it's an issue that's near and dear to some of us because we spend way too much time. And an example I gave is I have $100,000 in grants this year to pay for my victim assistance coordinator and the actions that she's taking. So that removes it almost completely out of the, actually, I think it moves it completely out of the budget because that's over twice what she gets paid that we have obtained just for the victims assistance coordinator. So in using the grant writer, I think we can do that in several different organizations. Right now, it's mainly law enforcement and the county attorney's office that are writing our own grants and doing our own grants. But again, we're not trained. We have to read that and do the best we can do to try and write the grants. I'm looking for someone that either has experience or we can give them the experience and the training so that they can do it. It'll have to be the right person for that job because that job would report directly to the county commissioners and be responsible to y'all for their actions or inactions, should they not be the proper person.
As James said, the Court Advisory Committee meets once a month. The committee's basically made up of elected officials. One of the criteria we have on there is the elected official on the committee has to have at least one subordinate employee. So we're representing the collective body of Lavaca County. And I want to correct that Kenny Ziegel, we have one commissioner sitting on that. Kenny Ziegel sits on that committee as well. The issue of this subject matter came out of the committee, and we talked about asking James to be kind of head up a exploratory committee to find out, putting it together, like helping us with the job description, helping us look for some other counties of what went right when they hired one, what went wrong, what's some of the parameters. So I would like to have this commissioner court discuss this, and then possibly the action we would take today is to approve putting an exploratory committee together. Maybe James, maybe Sheriff on that, or whoever else wants to serve on that committee to see the feasibility and to start developing what's going to cost and the need, and come back to us with a hey, we're ready to implement this type of deal. That your understanding as well?
That's my understanding, yes. We're into, I would say, the infant stages of it. We're not quite ready to create the position and start rocking and rolling. It's a little more complex than that because not just anybody can handle this job. I mean, whoever writes these grants writes them in such a way that they're difficult to understand. They're difficult to take the language in the grant and apply it to the language on the street that the different departments would have. So it's going to have to be someone that can handle that level of, I want to say reading comprehension, but it's beyond that. It's not just like reading the newspaper or something. There's more to it in trying to figure out these different requirements under the grant, as well as the ability to work with a lot of different elected officials, because that's who they're going to be working with. If they're able to find some type of road and bridge grant, then they're going to be working with the commissioners and or the people employed by the different precincts. I just know there's 3 levels of grants based on initial looking at it, and I know nothing about the federal grants. I don't know that I haven't even known if we got a federal grant around here lately. So it would be nice to have someone that is the point of contact for all that to make sure we're not missing our reporting requirements. And as they go on doing the job, I'm hoping their experience will keep them moving ahead leaps and bounds, as opposed to one department learns something but doesn't share it with another department because the way their grant worked, they figured something out. So they're getting more grants than this guy over here because this guy over here with his lack of training is not writing the grant correctly in order to obtain it. So that's what I'm asking for.
Okay. Again, Commissioner Court has the power to control the process. The Court Advisory Committee is advising us that, hey, this is what they're working on. Now we can give them the power back to go back to explore some more and come up with a plan, but we want to just bring this up to a discussion so we can understand what we're up against.
I think it would benefit us a lot, especially to deal with the federal grants, because that can be very time consuming
So
for everybody in part.
the next thing after this last legislative session, I mean, we're getting pressure they're going to try to reduce our ability to tax property taxes. And then we have to go out for state grants more and more, increasing standpoint. So I think it behooves us to get ahead of this now. If we can get this rolling faster than we're ahead of other counties, maybe in a better position to leverage some of the state monies.
I think it's a really good idea to do that and to continue to move forward in that process because, as you pointed out, Counselor, it's complex. It's and the language matters. The way you phrase it, the way you bracket it, it matters when the people that are administering the grant in the government, when they read that and when they translate it, it has to fit within a certain criteria of what that grant is about. And you need somebody who's specialized to be able to do that. And it would take the pressure, as you pointed out, off of our people here who that's really not their focus. That's not their job. It's an added task that they have to do. So it would make sense to me that we explore this and continue to move forward and find out what our best options are.
Okay. So I think, Mr. Reeves, I think what we're asking for is this court to maybe approve letting the court advisory committee establish an exploratory committee of itself to come up with a plan. I think let's go with that. We're, next court advisory meeting is going to be, I think, February 11th. We're going to meet in court on the 9th, Concord on the 9th, and on the 11th is when that committee meets. So I think James was asking, he'd like to have an approval for us to delegate the authority back to the court advisory committee to put an exploratory committee together and come up with a plan of action.
I'll make a motion for that.
Okay.
A second.
Motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 2, to approve the need for a county-funded grant writer and allowing the court advisory committee to come up with a plan of action. Any other questions or comments?
No, is that enough time? I mean, would you want to do it sooner? Or
That's enough time. Let us sit down and figure out, because we need to write out basically a job description, and then we need to identify the qualifications that we would want in that person. There's a little bit to it.
okay,
Basically, we're proving that we're going to proceed continuing the dialogue and
Right.
getting going and letting the court advisory committee steer us. Okay, so any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right, thank you, Mr. Reeves.
Thank you, sir.
thank you, James.
All right, now we're back on task. We'll move on to item number 2. Item number 2 is accept the monetary donation in the amount of $1,500 from Capital Star Oil and Gas to the Lavaca County Sheriff's Office. That's found on page 1 in your packet.
Your Honor, I move that we accept the monetary donation of $1,500 from Capital Star and Gas to the Lavaca County Sheriff's Office.
Second.
Motion made by precinct 1, second by precinct 2 to accept the monetary donation in the amount of $1,500 from the Capital Star Oil and Gas to the Lavaca County Sheriff's Office. Any other questions or comments? Anything we want to add? Yep. Capital Star does this every year. Capital Star is located right here outside of Hallettsville, near the Hallettsville Vet Clinic. That's their headquarters, and they help host the annual fire department's oyster supper. They pay for that supper, and then they come and they give money back to the sheriff's department, police department, EMS department, and some other charity events on that event. But thank you, Capital Star. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 3, similar, is accept monetary donation in the amount of $1,500 from Capital Star Oil and Gas to the Lavaca County EMS Department.
Make a motion to approve.
Second,
Motion made by precinct 4, second by precinct 3 to accept the monetary donation in the amount of $1,500 from Capital Star Oil and Gas to the Lavaca County EMS Department. Any other questions or comments?
thank you, Capital Star.
Thank you, Capital Star. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The motion passes. Number 4, and I'm glad she came in today because I think she got to hear that good presentation from James Reeves. This may help your department. But number 4 is Community Connections Program Updates with year-end report brought to you by Ms. Becky Ott.
You guys should have copy of the totals that I submitted,
Should be on your bench.
totals for 2025. Our transit trips for 2025, 12,612. We average about 1,000 trips per month in transit. Meals served, a little down from last year. We served 30, well, the previous year, not last year. Last year was 31,699. Previous year was 36,987. Reason being, state funding got cut back and the requirements increased. When we were going through the COVID years, state basically said, serve anybody you can. We're going to give you all this extra money, just serve anybody you can that needs a meal. So now the restrictions are back, and we had to basically cut about 20 clients off of our home delivery routes because they just didn't meet the requirements anymore. It's, basically back to the most needy clients getting the meals. Our program income, $106,187.50. Reimbursements from Golden Crescent, $359,562.30. Fundraisers and donations, $33,763. And then the grants, you'll see Texas Department of Agriculture, $11,500. Lily Johnson Foundation, $40,000. And Dixon Allen Foundation, $150,000. This is the money we got last year. Total income, $701,000. Expenses, $685,000. We basically came out by the skin of our noses with $15,000 in our account. Then you'll see, I just went ahead and did a breakdown of our grant awards for the last 10 years that I've been managing this program. You'll see at the bottom, Dixon Allen Foundation alone has given us $1.2 million in the last 10 years.
It's incredible. Wow,
Yes,
very good.
it's amazing. If we wouldn't have them, this program wouldn't exist. I mean, it really wouldn't. Lily Johnson, you'll see that total. Texans Feeding Texans, that's the Texas Department of Agriculture grant. So, I mean, I am very thankful for that. If it weren't for those and the donations we receive, this program really wouldn't exist. And last year was honestly my most difficult year with this program since transferring into this position in 2016. If you remember, in March, GCRPC notified us that they were going to be out of state transportation money by the end of April and would not be able to reimburse most of our transportation expenses. This was the result of them failing to apply for state funds in a timely manner. Therefore, we had to use our Dixon Allen grant funds to cover $36,000, almost $37,000 of our expenses through August. During this time, we had to make cutbacks, as I spoke about last September, until we received the grant money for this year. And thankfully, we did just in time. GCRPC did apply for and receive the state transportation funds for this fiscal year, and so far everything has been running smoothly for us. Other counties didn't fare so well, unfortunately, because they did not have money to fall back on like we did. I cannot say it enough, the Dixon Allen Foundation is a godsend. When I said this was the most difficult year since 2016, it's because we struggled financially with both programs. Usually our nutrition program is our bigger concern because the expenses increase every year while state reimbursements decrease. The majority of our grants and donations are used for food, fuel, vehicle maintenance, and employee salaries. State reimbursements have gone from $240,000 in 2020 to $81,000 in 2025. Our nutrition expenses last year were slightly above $290,000. Again, without grants and donations, these two programs would not exist for Lavaca County. Applying for and managing grants is part of my job, along with managing contracts for the county, managing accounts payable and payroll for two programs, managing 19 employees, and making sure the 11 vehicles we operate are safe for them and our clients, submitting reports and required documentation to Golden Crescent and the county, and adhering to Golden Crescent and county policies, just to name a few. Yes, and as Mr. Reeves said, it is very time-consuming to manage the grants that we apply for. There's a lot of reporting requirements, a lot of documentation required, and I happen to enjoy doing stuff like that.
You do?
I do.
It's good to know.
I love it. Anyway, the Dixon Allen money we're getting, that we just received in December, for this year is 165,000, a little up. Texans Feeding Texans grant money we received, or we will be receiving, I was notified last week, is more than previous years, also at $31,680. So, at this point, we're looking pretty good heading into the year. Hopefully it stays that way.
Well, Becky, I can say this again. I've said this to you 100 times, but you're doing a fantastic job. We have the least amount of complaints coming out of your department, and you're probably, I will say this, they made me chair of the Regional Transportation Committee in Golden Crescent, which consists of 7 counties. We pick a medic order on that committee. And we are probably the most efficient run transportation district because she controls dispatch, she controls everything under there, and it just works. Local control works. When you start doing some other things, her numbers blows everyone else out of the water because we're doing it in-house. We're doing it. She has a hand in everything we're doing over there. It works. So thank you. Go ahead. Question? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Becky, for what you do.
You're welcome.
Would you mind repeating what you said about the state funding? Your comment was that it had been reduced, and I didn't exactly catch the number. It was significant, but I would like to know that.
State reimbursements? The state reimbursements?
200,000, 300,000, whatever.
Yeah, basically for nutrition, like in 2020, we received 240,000 in reimbursements, and last year we received 81,000. That's how much the state or Health and Human Services has been cut back to support these programs.
So 2020, it was 240,000.
Yes.
And in 2025, you're saying it was 81,000. I find that incredibly interesting.
Yeah.
I know that doesn't, it probably wouldn't interest most folks, but it does interest me because the state budget has, the state of Texas, and they have funding mechanisms. They charge us taxes, sales tax. And so their budget increases on an average annual about 10.8%. Around 2019, 2020, their budget was in the $180 billion range. That's a biennial budget. That's for every 2 years because they meet every 2 years. The one thing that the legislature has to do, they don't have to do anything else, but they can't leave Austin until they pass a budget, and it has to balance. It has to be a balanced budget. So I checked. Their budget for last year was $330 billion, up from 180.
Wow.
Now think about that. And yet the funding that goes to the people out here that that matter, that need help, it's been cut.
Yes.
I doubt that if you don't see it, you don't feel it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you don't feel pain if you don't see it, if you don't see it on somebody else's face. This just is, it is totally hypocritical to do that because the agencies continue to grow. They continue to grow. And so more and more and more state employees are coming on, larger and larger and larger departments. I'm just saying that somebody here has to have some common sense and understand that this is where the rubber meets the road. You're in contact with the people who need help, the people who have to have help, and yet we find a way that the state, and they're supposed to represent each and every one of us, find a way to cut this funding. I mean, from 240 to 81, I'm not real good in math, but that seemed like about 60, 70%. So anyway, I appreciate what you do. This does not escape me. And the people who represent us need to know this. They need to know this. And I will make sure they do.
Thank you.
They need to understand that.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
One of the key issues here in the Golden Crescent is we're not equally competing. We pay Becky's salary. She's a paid employee of Lavaca County, and then she goes after the grant to administer the program. There's other counties that they want nothing to do with this, but yet they have to have a transportation service. So then they go out of a bidding process. So other nonprofits bid to work in Calhoun or Jackson County, for instance, and then you have to accept those bids on low cost or best And some of those bids are ridiculously high. And so the counties have got themselves in a pickle where like, they're finding out that, hey, well, why don't y'all watch how we're doing this? And how Becky, and I say how Becky's doing this. Becky's been pioneering this system and it works very well.
No, I appreciate you though for
Well,
jumping in and wanting to be
As
part of
long as we
that.
have a Becky Yannick running the program, it works. So, but anyway, Becky, we appreciate you. I know we don't have a lot of time on this, but thank you for all that you do and for going after the extra monies and making the program work for the people that need it the most. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, Becky.
Thank you very much.
We have nothing to approve on number 4, so we'll move on to number 5. Number 5, discuss and approve bond for Tina Hudson, Elections Administrator. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve. Second.
Motion made by precinct 4, second by precinct 3 to approve the bond for Tina Hudson, Elections Administrator. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The motion passes. Number 6, discuss and approve the bond for Brandy Stuckey, Chief Deputy Elections Administrator. It's found on page 7 through 10. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Second.
Motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 2 to approve the bond for Brandy Stuckey, Chief Deputy Elections Administrator. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 7, discuss and approve bond for our beloved Naylene Rupert, Administrative Assistant to the County Judge and Commissioner's Court. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve. Second.
Motion made by precinct 4, second by precinct 3 to approve the bond for Naylene Rupert, Administrative Assistant to the County Judge and Commissioner's Court. Thank you, Naylene, for all you do. We appreciate you. We've also asked, as going forward with our new IT department, IT department is going to run this meeting on they're both up here running it together, but Naylene needs to be more attentive to the court. So it frees her up. If they're running our live streaming broadcast, that frees Naylene up to be more attentive to court in this agenda items. But Naylene, we thank you for all that you do. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Nailing.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you, Naylene. All right. Number 8, discuss and approve burn ban status. Mr. Tim Decker, I think we are well below 500 now.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. So we did have some rainfall, much needed and much appreciated. We did have some areas that got a 1/4 inch. We had some areas that got well over an inch. Our KBDI before the rain was nearing 600. We were pretty much ready to put it on. With this rain, we're down to 483 as of yesterday. I haven't looked today. It doesn't update till 10, so we haven't quite gotten there. But I did speak with most of the fire chiefs this morning, and they're comfortable leaving it off for now. Of course, we're under that 550 mark that we're looking at. But one thing I do want to caution everybody on, with this freeze, this hard freeze, everything that was green, which we did have some, is going to be freeze dried now. So it's nothing but fuel on the ground. So if you do decide to burn, as always, call the sheriff's office and just be wary of the weather, the wind, because spread will happen and it will happen fast. So like always, fire chiefs asked just to kind of stay on the agenda moving forward to keep that updated. As long as we stay cool, which this week is going to stay very cool, that moisture should somewhat hold in the ground. But again, that freeze dried fuel on top of the ground is what we kind of worry about. And then of course the wind. So, we're comfortable leaving it off for now. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer any of those. But we just will kind of continue to monitor it moving forward in the subsequent commissioners' courts.
All right. Thank you. Does any commissioner want to put us in a burn ban? Make a motion. All right. With no motion, that motion item dies. We are still, burn ban is off.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Tim.
All right. Number 9, discuss and approve the concrete slab removal project located at 400 North Texana Street. I know we've been tabling this for quite a while, and Mr. Faircloth, you've taken the lead, I believe.
Yes, sir.
You want to walk us through it?
Yeah, the annex is in precinct 2.
It is.
Good place to be. We've gotten 3 bids and you can see them in front of you. It's interesting that when we tried to encourage local contractors to bid on that removal, and so there's quite a range of difference in these three bids. And so, I'm going to recommend that we take, the best bid in terms of, the dollars here. And that would be with, is that appropriate, Judge?
Yeah,
Is that appropriate?
we got three bids. I mean, we're under the 100,000 threshold, so we don't have to, we didn't have to go up for steel bids. But we've asked around different companies and you can pick what you want to pick. I mean, but
Yeah.
you want to walk us through it or how?
Yes, sir. Well, yeah, we have a, and I don't know, do you name that? Do you?
You don't have to name, I mean, put it this way, we got a bid from, I'm looking here, we got a bid from Brush Above Services LLC. And we got a bid from Fred's Contract Services LLC out of Yoakum. And then we got a bid out of, Makachek Services LLC. You'll see all three bids?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so which bid are you recommending this time?
Okay, well, I recommend that we take, the lowest bid, which is from Fred's Contract Services for $14,000.
Okay. Everyone see that?
Yes, sir.
Does everyone agree that, is there anything in that bid that we want to discuss? It's, this is the first time I'm reading through it. It's real short.
If they demo it and they're gonna haul the concrete off to the county, or are they gonna haul it off to their facility?
Now, I'd spoken with Commissioner Puska and that we're gonna have them take it to the poor farm.
Okay.
They're gonna haul it off.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. So the 14,000 includes the complete demolition and removal and hauling it. Fred's Contract Services hauls it to Port Farm.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
That's
Okay.
exactly right. Well,
Yep.
I don't know, anyway, that is
right.
the.
Do I hear a motion? Or was that a motion?
Yes, I will make that informal motion that we approve the bid for Fred's Contract Services LLC.
I'll second it.
Motion made by precinct 2, second by precinct 3 to approve the concrete slab removal located at 400 North Texana Street and award that bid to Fred's Contract Services LLC out of Yoakum, Texas. And that bid amount is for $14,000 to remove the concrete and haul it off to Port Farm, the county Port Farm location. Any other questions or comments? Was there a timeline on this? That's the only thing I would suggest is we put a timeline.
Just whenever you'd like it done, and wherever we would like it done.
The TxDOT sidewalk project commences about April,
Okay.
so I think we need to be done by April,
Oh, yeah. I don't think.
into March.
Yeah. I think it could be done by March 1st, honestly.
Okay, I would say we ought to put it on there. If they can't be done by March 1st, they need to explain what their plan is.
Okay.
But you can contact, this is something, this is within your parameters to operate under, so we're giving you the court's delegating authority to precinct 2 to
Okay.
handle that.
I will get with them and set up a timeline.
Okay. All right. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Thank you very much, and thank you, Commissioner Wayne Fairclough, for taking the lead on that. We'll be watching your project progress.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
We'll be judging you, sir. All right, number 10, discuss and approve addendum 16 between Local Government Solutions LP, LGS, and Lavaca County to include one additional user for the district clerk's office. That's found on page 18 and 19. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by precinct 4, second by precinct 3 to approve addendum 16 between Local Government Solutions, which is LGS, and Lavaca County to include one additional user for the district clerk's office. I will add this, we keep having these addendums on there, but LGS system is expanding. We're using it more and more. They're actually using it for the jury selection and check-in service. So they're looking for more users on jury day so we can check in jurors faster. Anyway, hearing any, there's no further comments or questions. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 11, discuss and approve MOU between Gonzales County, Colorado County, and Lavaca County for cooperative juvenile probation operations. It's found on page 20 through 26. This is basically standard procedure allowing them to cooperate as needed. One of the issues was they were going to have one car drive them to a conference from all areas, and they needed an MOU in place. So this is why the MOU came up. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 4 to approve the MOU between Gonzales County, Colorado County, and Lavaca County for cooperative juvenile probation operations. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. That motion passes. And if you didn't hear, when we consolidated to Lavaca and Colorado County have a joint juvenile probation department now, separate and standalone. We hired Robin Peen. She's our new probation director for the juvenile probation office. She lives in Colorado County, so she was selected last summer. All right, number 12, discuss and approve racial profiling reports for the years 2020 through 2026 submitted by Lavaca County Constable Precinct 4, which has been filed with the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion, accept.
Second.
Motion made by Precinct 4, second by Precinct 3 to approve the racial profiling reports for the years 2020 through 2026 submitted by Lavaca County Constable Precinct 4, which has been filed with the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. Any other questions or comments? I don't see Mr. Peterson here, but all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The motion passes. Number 13, discuss and approve racial profiling report submitted by Lavaca County Constable Precinct 3, which has been filed with the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion made by Precinct 3, seconded by Precinct 4 to approve the racial profiling report submitted by Lavaca County Constable Precinct 3, which has been filed with the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 14, discuss and or approve the county attorney's office to destroy the existing hardback law books that are invalid and or expired located in the upstairs law library.
I move we approve.
Second.
Motion made by Precinct 2, second by Precinct 1 to approve the county attorney's office to destroy the existing hardback law books that are invalid and or expired located in the law library. The only thing we'll add to this is I asked the Reeves maybe just to transfer those books over to the archives department and let them determine if they want to archive them for some reason or if they want to destroy them. And so he agreed with that. So he's moving them out. That's the key.
Good with that. Good idea.
All right. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. We've already covered number 15, so we're moving on to number 16. Number 16, discuss and approve MOU between Milam County and Lavaca County for Milam County to purchase a belly dump trailer in the amount of $20,000. That's out of Precinct 3.
Basically, this is just a standard interlocal agreement saying it's going from one county to another county where it doesn't have to go on buy board to be sold. The trailer in question is a 2009 belly dump. The last six of the VIN number is 00256. With that being said, I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. Second. Motion made by Precinct 3, second by Precinct 4 to approve the MOU between Milam County and Lavaca County for Milam County to purchase a belly dump trailer directly from Lavaca County in the amount of $20,000 out of the Precinct 3 and had a last VIN number of 00256. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. That motion passes. Number 17, discuss and approve TAC HEBP member contact designation change form out of the auditor's office. It's down on page 38. I got to refresh myself. What we did. Y'all have the one filled out already?
No.
No?
This one is blank, but there was one filled out that came to my office. You have it? Okay, it's already filled out. Okay, so all we have to do is prove that. We just changed Shayna's name to Sheila's name, correct? Okay, so do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right, motion made by Precinct 3, second by Precinct 4 to approve the TAC HEBP member contact designation change form. We put the interim auditor on there instead of Shayna Opiello. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 18, there was some confusion on this, and I'll walk you through it. Discuss and approve budget amendment, increasing the budget in Fund 194 Capital Improvement Courthouse from $300,000 to $645,000 to accommodate the courthouse exterior door restoration. That's found on page 39. Basically, when Shane and I were doing the budget this summer, we had no idea what we were up against. It's not near $645,000 project. The project cost as it stands right now is what y'all approved in December was $345,655. But of the $300,000 that we put in the fund to start with this summer, we've already spent 75,000 on the boiler and some different things that came up and came due. So we're just asking for the budget increase from 300,000 to 645. That gives us some cushion in there for whatever comes up during the construction project. They've already been measuring steps and measuring the doors and getting ready for that project. So it's going to kick off here pretty quick. And that's the exterior door. Also in that project, we were able to negotiate the boiler room door. They're going to refab that door to make it
Compliant.
compliant. They're going to take away the two double doors. They're going to inset the door and then make it where it pushes out into the hallway, so you can escape from the boiler room if there was an accident. We passed our boiler inspection first time in how many years? 6 years, something like that. One failed inspection. Okay. All right. And the failed inspection was because the door, but then the boiler itself failed after the inspection. So we got a new boiler and we have heat. And I think everyone's thankful for that today. All right. So do I hear a motion to put those monies into that fund so we can proceed with those construction projects?
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Motion made by precinct 3.
Second.
Second by precinct 2 to approve the budget amendment, increasing the budget in Fund 194 Capital Improvement Courthouse from 300,000 to 645,000 to accommodate the courthouse exterior restoration.
Did a walk around with it twice, and you'll always have something unforeseeable.
That's the thing. You'll have something unforeseen. The west side doors, when they start doing the underwork of that of those stone steps, there is a void under there. We don't know what we're going to run into once.
Jimmy Hoff.
Yeah, well, we hope not to find a dead body. Could be a possum or two. That gives us some leeway there. I will say this: Michael Furr, of all things, he's in the building. Stepped out on the back porch during the last rainstorm and showed us what our problems with our gutters. Now we know why the stone is washing out on the east side, because the water comes down the gutter and just comes right back out the gutter onto the steps and is washing out the stone right there. So the gutter project is coming. We're going to have to but we're going to get the doorways finished first, and then we'll see how we're going to manage those gutters. All right, I had a motion from precinct 3, second by precinct 2. Any other questions or comments? Yes, sir.
Just one. Is there, with this amendment, is there an estimate that tracks with that?
The estimate on the door restorations, the stone, the granite improvements, all those renovations, and the RBO putting the electronic locks back in those doors, that's a total cost of $345,000. Okay. We kind of thought it was going to be about 500, but they were.
Well, we talked about it. Doug was here that day, and we talked about the cost of this building when it was built and versus the replacement cost today. And it went from, I don't know, $60,000-$80,000 when it was built to today it's worth millions. And so you had to rebuild it. And so it's a priority because it needs to be done properly, and the courthouse needs to be securable. We need security here because we're in very unusual times. So,
Well, and we're not going to talk. We'll leave that there. We're not going to talk about security issues at this moment in open court. But it is imperative that we take it more serious. If you can see what's happening on the third floor with our attorney's offices, they are going after these criminals in Lavaca County and hitting them hard. When I say hard, they're hitting them hard. And so there's always a backlash that you fear, but we're not going to live in fear. We're going to just secure ourselves.
yeah, I just think that people, you think, well, okay, we have an active law enforcement and an active legal department that's prosecuting, arresting and prosecuting criminals. And there is blowback from that. I mean, there is. These people have been allowed to operate unfettered for many, many years. And now that landscape has changed. And don't think that these folks don't know how to play rough, because they do. They know how to play rough. And so we need to be able to protect ourselves and protect the people that are here. And there's really no possible way to do that if you can't secure the building.
Well, and I want to say this: there's a lot of misconceptions you hear on Facebook, and I don't spend much time anymore on Facebook. It just become garbage to me. There was some allegations. This is we're off the subject here, but they were going soft on sex offenders. And James Reeves said, "What about the guy that we gave 5 life sentences to?" And people forget that we gave
Yeah.
He pled to 5 life sentences. And I asked James, how did you get this guy to plead to 5 life sentences? He said, because I asked for 35 life sentences and he pled to 5. He's not coming out. Okay. And the guy last week got 80 years. The jury of Lavaca County sentenced him to 80 years. He was a repeat offender. This is the 3rd or 4th time going to the pen. He hasn't learned from any of his lessons, and the Lavaca County jury said 80 years. How did he get 80 years? Reeves asked for 99. And he was in his right to give him 99, and the jury said, no, we'll settle on 80 years. But they said they'll settle for 80 years on top of the 6 years he's doing right now. So he's going to do 86 years.
Wow.
And this guy was selling crack, but he had a lifetime history of issues. So our courtroom security, this is basically what we're on in number 18, talking about why we're doing these things. Our security in this building to get these criminals out of this county, get them out of here, let them go sit in prison for the rest of their lives. It's fine with me. I think it's fine with most of everybody in Lavaca County, and the Lavaca County jury spoke. That was impressive.
Strong.
Yes. All right. Had a motion for precinct 3, second by precinct 2. Any other questions or comments? And again, we're putting more money in that fund. We don't have reason to spend it, but it's there during the construction phase if we need it. If we don't need it, then it goes back in the general fund or it's in the fund. We usually keep those funds healthy. We had up $3 million in one of those funds for restoration issues. So we're just making sure that this is what we're going to spend, or we could spend. All right. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 19, discuss and approve budget amendment increasing the budget in Fund 165 courthouse security from 18,000 to 146,106. Similar to the restoration funds up front, this was the fund that we're going to use to do the electronics portion. And so Sheila's asking me to go from 18 to 146 in a similar fashion. Do I hear a motion?
Make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion made by precinct 4, second by precinct 3 to approve the budget amendment, increasing the budget in Fund 165 courthouse security from 18,000 to 146,106. Any other questions or comments? And again, we discussed all of this in December, and now we're making sure our fund balances are correct so we can proceed. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right, number 20, discuss and approve resolution supporting legislation to exempt Texas counties from the state hotel occupancy tax. That's found on page 41 through 43. Basically, there's been a move across the judges in Texas to pass resolutions to support us quit paying the double taxation where we have to tax ourselves here and then go up to a conference for required training and pay hotel taxes in some other region. It's not fair. So it's pretty simple. Do we hear any disagreements or any reasons not to do it?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely. It makes no sense that we would be subjected, or anybody in the county would be subjected to a state occupancy tax for hotel room. That makes no sense at all. So I don't know who did this workup, but it's thorough and it's complete, and it gives you all the information that you need to know that this is the right thing to do.
Well, you can see a clear and convincing change where your county governments across the state, that's you guys included, are fighting back. We got the fuel tax taken out of our system last year. We're doing this one, and we're just not sitting down lightly. They keep wanting to take our control away and keep wanting to take our voice away. And this is one way we'll start fighting back with resolutions. Here's what your county governments are saying. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, Judge, because and commissioners, because the state would be quick to implement this tax. I want to see how quick they would be to disallow this tax, to do away with it. Would you be willing to do that? So they seem to be more focused on raising revenue than they are on granting an exemption.
Right. All right. Do you hear a motion?
I so move.
Okay.
Second.
Motion made by precinct 2, second by precinct 1 to approve the resolution supporting legislation to exempt Texas counties from the state hotel occupancy. I cannot say that. Occupancy tax. Any other questions or comments? Again, this is just a resolution of support. Doesn't mean it's going to take action, but resolution of support. Hearing no questions or comments, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The motion passes. Number 21, discuss and approve exemption request from the Lavaca County subdivision regulations for Eric and Lisa Christensen. It's found on page from precinct 3.
They asked to be,
This is one that wants to be tabled.
yes,
They
table.
They couldn't make it here today, so they want to table it. All right, do I have a motion to table?
So moved. Second.
Motion made by precinct 3, seconded by precinct 4 to table item number 21 to another date. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Number 21 has been tabled to the next court session. All right, next, number 22, discuss and approve certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for Don Spees, as found in precinct 3, found on page 47 through 51. Want to walk us through it, Mr. Kenny?
Yeah, basically, this is, out of 40 acres, they're gonna pull out of their trust 3.09 acres for, a house.
All right,
And it's gonna be bordering, the entrance will be off of Lavaca County Road 281.
281, all right.
So I have no problem, granting this.
Okay, and they got plenty of room for an entrance.
They have plenty of room for an entrance.
All right,
So I'll make a motion to approve.
okay. Second. Motion by precinct 3, seconded by precinct 4 to approve the certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for Don Spees, found on County Road 281. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 23, discuss and approve certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for David and Amy Adamek. That's also found on page 3. That's found on page 52 through, that's found on precinct 3, found on page 52 through 55. Your packet? Yes, ma'am?
What, ma'am?
I'm on 21, 22,
We're on, 23 right now.
22, 23. Item number 23 is Adamek.
Yeah.
Did we get the wrong agenda? Well, and this is, I'm going off the agenda that was file marked January 20th, 2026. Is yours file marked?
She does special inspections.
Okay, all right. Sorry, you want us to go, we can make a copy real quick?
No, it's good.
Okay. Well, no, I'm not. Got lost. Where am I? Oh, I'm on page, well, my agenda said, my agenda number 23 is discuss and approve certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for David and Amy Adamek. It's coming out of precinct 3, found on page 52 through 55. Does somebody want to walk me through it?
Yeah, basically they're purchasing, half acre, a little over half acre of land. And 346, what is it, Nightly? 346 is? It's 3 tracks. Right. And you're right. And it sits off of Panowitz Street, which is an abandoned street to start with, so. Absolutely.
Okay, so this is county, this is in the county, but
Right next to the brewery.
next, okay. But they realize they will have no capacity for the septic.
They can, it's close.
They have city water and
Yeah,
city,
city water.
they've got city water, okay. Is that clear in the documentation that they understand that?
Yeah.
But if you want me to revise it.
No, I think
I believe it's pretty good the way you got it.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory because they have access to city water and city sewer.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Right next to the city limits.
All right. I've got no problem as long as that, but like I said, they would come back to our office for a septic if they need it and they're not going to get it. So,
Right.
All right. Do I hear a motion?
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. All right, motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 4 to approve the certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for David and Amy Adamek. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 24, discussion and approve changing the yield sign located on County Road 348 to a stop sign. That's out of precinct 3.
And basically, I just want this for the record. There was on County Road 348 was a yield sign. And that what runs in front of Shiner High School and the cemetery. And County Road 351, which is, I think, Avenue B, Park Road. We're gonna put a stop sign at that intersection. So the Shiner PD can work it better because it's so many people running the yield sign over there, pulling out in oncoming traffic.
Okay. You're going to have increased traffic to that
It's
stop
increased
sign
traffic,
anyway,
yes.
once they start the construction at the Barron's location, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second. Motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 4, approving changing the yield sign located at County Road 348 to a stop sign. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 25, acknowledged letter from the Texas Historical Commission who conducted an on-site inspection at Lavaca County Courthouse on December 17, 2025, stating that Lavaca County Courthouse is in good standing. That's on page 6. Do you hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve. Second.
Okay, motion made by precinct 4, second by precinct 2, to acknowledge the letter from the Texas Historical Commission who conducted an on-site inspection at Lavaca County Courthouse on December 17, 2025, stating that Lavaca County Courthouse is in good standing.
Still standing.
Any other questions or comments?
Oh.
Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. That moves us into consent. With one motion, second and vote, we can approve the consent agenda as provided unless y'all want to move something out. To hear a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 4 to move into consent agenda and approve it with one motion, second and vote. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving consent, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. We are now in consent. Our microphones will go off until we are out of consent. All right, we're out of consent. Next item up is item number 27, announce the next meeting, which will be February 9th, 2026 at 9 a.m. And with that, is there any other business of the court? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move. Second.
Motion made by precinct 4, second by precinct 3 to adjourn. All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned until February 9th at 9 a.m. Thank you very much.